looking at 83,000 brain scans. But
But
first,
first,
let me put the
let me
lesson
put the
into
last
context.
into contact.
I am in the
I
middle
am
of
in the
seven
middle of
children.
7 children.
Growing up,
Growing
my
up, my
father
father
called me a
called me a
maverick,
maverick,
which
which
to
is
him
him
was
was
not a
not
good thing.
a good thing.
In
In
1972, the
1972,
Army
the
called me
army called
medic,
me my number,
and I was
and I was
trained as an
trained
infantry medic where
infantry
my
medical,
love of
where my love of
medicine was
medicine
born.
was born.
But since I
But since
truly
I truly
hated the
hated the
idea of being
idea of
shot,
being child,
or sleeping
or
in the
sleeping
mine,
in a mine,
I
I got
got
myself
retrained as an
retrained
X-ray
in the next
technician
trained
and
technician
developed
and
a
developed
passion
the
for
passion
medical
for
imaging.
medical
As
imaging.
our
As
professors
our
used to
professor used
say,
to say,
how do you
how do
know
you know
unless you
unless
look?
you look?
In
In
1979, when I was a
1979, when I
second
was
year
a
medical
second
student,
year medical
someone in
student,
my
someone in
family
my
became
family became
seriously
seriously
suicidal,
suicidal.
and I
And
took her
I
to see a
took
wonderful
see
psychiatrist.
wonderful psychiatrist.
Over time, I
Over time,
realized
I
that if
realized that if
he
he
helped her,
helped her,
which he
which
did,
he did,
it would not
it would
only
only
save her
save her
life,
life,
but it would
but it
also
will
help
also
her
help her
children and
children
even
and
her
even
future
her future
grandchildren, as
grandchildren,
they
as
would be
they would
shaped
be shaped
by someone
by
who is
someone who is
happier
happier
and more
and more
stable.
stable.
I fell
I
in
fell
love
in
with
love with
psychiatry
psychiatry
because I
because I
realized
realized
it had the
it had the
potential
potential
to
to
change
change the
generations.
generations people.
In
In
1991, I went to
1991,
my
I went
first
to my
lecture
first
on brain
lecture on brain
SPECT imaging.
spectrometry.
SPECT is a
SPECT is
nuclear
nuclear
medicine
medicine
study
study
that looks at
that
blood
looks the
flow
blood
and
flow and
activity. It
activity.
looks at
It
how
looks how
your
is your
brain
brain
works.
works.
SPECT was
SPECT is
presented as a
present
tool to help
to help
psychiatrists get
psychiatrists
more
get more
information
information
to help
to
their
help their
patients.
patient.
In that
In
one
one,
lecture,
in one lecture,
my two
my two
professional
professional
loves,
loves,
medical
medical
imaging and
imaging and
psychiatry,
psychiatry,
came
came
together
together,
and quite
and quite
honestly
honestly,
revolutionized my
revolution
life.
asked
Over
my
the
love.
next
Over the
22
next
years, my
22 years,
colleagues
my
and I
colleague
would
and I
build
would build
the
the
world's
world's
largest
largest
database of
state of
brain
brain
scans related
scan
to
related to
behavior
behavior
on
on
patients
patient
from
from
93 countries.
93 countries.
SPECT
SPECT
basically tells
basically
us
tell
three
the
things about
three
the
things
brain:
about the brain:
good
good
activity,
activity,
too little,
too little,
or too
or
much.
too much.
Here is a
Here
sad
is
health
the state of
SPECT
health
scan.
SPECT
The
scan.
image on the
Image on
left
the left
shows the
shows
outside
the
surface
outside
of the
surface of
brain,
the brain,
and a
and a
healthy
healthy
scan
scan
shows full,
show
even,
even
symmetrical
symmetrical
activity.
activity. That
Color is
color
not
is not
important,
important,
it's the
it is the
shape
shape
that
that
matters.
matter.
In the image
In the
on the
image
right,
on the right,
red equals
red
the
equals the
areas of
area of
high
higher
activity,
activity,
and in a
and in
healthy
the
brain,
healthy
they're
brain,
typically in the
typically
back
in
part
the back part
of the
of
brain.
the brain.
Here is a
Here
healthy
is a
scan
healthy
compared
scan
to someone
compared to
who
the
had
same
two
one who
strokes.
had stroke.
You can
You
see
can
the
see
whole
the
brain
whole
activity.
activity.
Here's what
Here is what
Alzheimer's looks like.
Alzheimer
The
looks
back
like,
half
with
of
the
the
back
brain
of the
is
brain is
deteriorated.
deteriorated.
Did you
Did you
know
know
that
that
Alzheimer's disease
Alzheimer
actually
disease actually
starts in the
starts
brain
in the brain
30 to 50
30
years
to 50
before
years
you have
before you
any
have any
symptoms?
symptom?
Here's a
Here
scan
is a
of
scan
traumatic
of
brain injury.
traumatic
Your
brain
brain is
injury. Your
soft and
brain
your
is soft
skull is
and
really
skull is really
hard. Or
hard.
drug abuse.
Drug abuse.
The real reason
The
not
real
to use
reason not to
drugs:
use drug:
they damage
big
your
damage
brain.
your brain.
Obsessive
Obsessive
compulsive disorder,
compulsive
where the
disorder,
front
where
part
the
of the
front
brain
part of the
typically
brain
works
typically
too
works too
hard
hard,
so that
so
people
the
cannot
people
turn
cannot
off
turn
their
off their
thoughts.
thoughts.
And
and epilepsy were frequently seen an area of increased activity.
In
In 1992, I went to an old conference on brain spect imaging.
It
It
was
was amazing
and
and
mirrored
merely
our own early
honorary
experience
experience
using
using
SPACT
this back
psychiatry.
in psychiatry.
But at that same
But at
meeting,
the same meeting,
researchers
researchers started to complain loudly that clinical psychiatrists like me should not be doing scan,
that
that
they were
they work
only
only
for their
for their
research,
research.
being a maverick
In Maverick,
and having clinical experience.
having clinical
I thought that
experience,
was
I
a
thought that
really
was
dumb
really
idea.
dumb idea.
Without
Without imaging,
psychiatrists
then
even
even
now
now
make
make diagnoses
diagnoses
like
like
they did in 1840 when Abraham Lincoln was depressed by talking to people and looking for symptom cluster. Imaging was showing us there was better way. Did you know that psychiatrists are the only medical specialists that virtually never looked or think about it?
Cardiologists look,
Cardiologist look,
neurologists look,
neurologist look,
orthopedic doctors
orthopedic doctor
look,
look,
virtually
fortunately every other medical special look, psychiatrist guess.
before imaging.
Before imaging,
I always
I
felt
always
like I
felt
was
like I
throwing
was throwing
darts in the
darks
dark
in a
at my
darkest at
patients
my patient
and
and
had hurt
had
some,
hurt some of them,
which
which
horrified
horrified
me.
me.
There is
There
a
is
reason
reason
that
that most
most
psychiatric
psychiatric
medication
medication have
have
black
black
box
box
warnings.
gives
Give
them
them
to
to
the
the
wrong
wrong
person
person
and
and
you
you
can
can
precipitate
precipitate
a
a disaster.
disaster.
Early
Early on,
on,
our
our
imaging will taught us many important lessons, such as illnesses like ADHD and anxiety, depression, addiction are not single or simple disorder in the brain. They are all have multiple types. For example, here are two patients who have been diagnosed with major depression. They have the same symptom, yet they're radically different brain. What had really low activity in the brain, the other one have a really high activity. How would you ever know what to do for them unless you actually looked? Treatment needs to be tailored to individual brain, not cluster of symptoms. Our imaging will also taught my traumatic brain injury was a major cause
of
of
psychiatric
psychiatric
that
illness that
ruined people's
ruined people's
lives.
lives, and
Virtually
virtually
no
no one
one
knew about it
because
because they
they
would
would
see
see
psychiatrists
psychiatrists
for
for
things
things like
like
temper
temper problem
problems,
and anxiety,
anxiety,
depression,
depression,
and
and
insomnia,
insomnia,
and
and
they
they
would
would
never
never
look
look, so
to
they
the,
would never know.
they would never know.
Here's
Here is
a
a
scan
scan
of
of
a
a
15
15
year
years
old
old boy
who
who,
fell
who
down
fell
a flight
down
of
off
stairs
live
at the
stair
age
at
of
the
3.
age of 3.
And
And
even though he
even though
was
he was
unconscious for
unconscious
only a
for
few
only a few
minutes,
minutes,
there was
there was
nothing
nothing
mild
mild
about the enduring
about the
effect
enduring fact
that
that
injury had
injury
on this
had
boy's
on this
life.
boy's life.
When I met
When
him
I
at the
met
age
him
of
at the age of
15, he
15,
had
he
just
had
been
just
kicked
been
out of
kicked
his
out
third
of the
residential treatment program
treatment
for
program for
violence.
violence.
He needed
He
a
needed
brain
a brain
rehabilitation
rehabilitation
program
program, not just more medication thrown on him on the dark, or behavior therapy, which if you think about it is really cruel. To put him on a behavior therapy program when behavior expression problem. It's not the problem. Researchers found that undiagnosed brain injury are major cause of homelessness, drug, alcohol abuse, depression, panic attack, and suicide. We are in for a big disaster with hundreds of thousands of soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and virtually no one was looking at the function of their brain. As we continue our work with this fact, the criticism is louder, but so didn't listen. Judge and defense help criminal behavior. Today we've scanned over 500 convicted felons, including 19 murders. Our work taught who people do that thing often have troubled brains. That was not a surprise, but what we did surprise us was that many of these brains could be rehabilitated.
أتدري من يزيل الهم إن ضاقت